We're good. All right. My name's Corey Bell. What's your name?
My name is Arpita Sarkar.
Nice to meet you, Arpita. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Um, I'm representing the Nutrina. So, what's your what about you?
Um, I'm representing Vital Materials, and I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm pretty pissed off about the way that y'all have been acting lately. I don't think that it's fair that y'all decided not to pay us this week, and because of that, that our whole company's in a whole bind because of this. I think we should really figure this out pretty soon, or we're going to be in some big problems. And I think we're going to drop y'all pretty soon if you don't figure it out and get on our end. If not, then we're going to drop y'all and find another company to work with. But that's why I'm came here today to talk to you, because I really think that we can figure this out. But if not, then I'm sorry, but we're kind of done with y'all. So I just want to hear what you think on that. And if not, then we can move on with this conversation and end it, and I can talk to somebody else within your company.
Okay. So tell me about your opinion. What's your option?
What's my options? We have one option, and that's either you can pay me the 250,000 back, or we can figure out some other ways to do it. But I kind of want to know about what y'all situation is right now and the suppliers that y'all have. I know that y'all use us for meat flour, but I know that y'all have another supplier for wheat flour, and I think we could do even a better job of that. But I kind of just want to know what your situation is and why you decided not to even give us the $250,000. I know we did such a great work with y'all, and it's just kind of really disrespectful for y'all not to pay us the $250,000. And I would really like to know why.
Actually, we are unhappy with the high water content in the wheat and meat flour. That's why we are it just does not meet our specification for our customers' demand. That's why we just fed up with that.
I got you. I mean, by looking back at the schedule that we've given y'all and all the measurements, we've had no problems with it except for twice. And we just think it's very disrespectful and dishonorable that y'all decided not to pay us this one time when every other time y'all paid us, even the last time we've messed up. And we agree that that may be a problem on our end, but that's a really bad look for y'all and a bad look for us in general that y'all are not paying us. And we really want to figure this out. And if, like I said, if we can't figure it out, then we'll just leave y'all in the dust and we'll find somebody better than y'all.
I would love to work with you if you just do some compromise. Like, it's not about money, it's about the quality of the product. So we are the company that provide goods to some specific customers that can afford that product, and we actually promise to uh, give the quality amount for the pet or dog or cats. So actually, my opinion is that so do you want to hear about my opinion?
Yes, please. I'd love to know anything that you have to offer.
Okay, so actually I tried to contact with you several times, but you didn't your company didn't contact with me. So that's why I just want to let you know that when I just try to fix my um, quality of the product, so I just had to spend a lot of time and energy and money for that to fix that. So like it's about $200,000. So I just want you to give me refund, or I can have option uh, that I can give you only $50,000.
Only 50. That's not going to work. I mean, we're supplying to so many people, and $250,000 is a lot of money to us. And we realize that we've messed up in the past, but y'all have paid us in the past, and I just don't think that's the way. And we'll get to numbers at the end. I just want to kind of know what the interest and everything is with the situation. I know that we're interested in still keeping business, but like I said, if this isn't going to work, this isn't going to work. So I kind of just want to like kind of calm the situation down a little bit and just kind of go back to step one and kind of just figure out what your interests are. And then once you kind of see what your interests are. I'll talk about what my interests are, and then we'll kind of see if we can come to some type of agreement in the end.
Actually, my interest is like that. For that amount, I would like to pay that amount for $50,000 because I had to spend $200,000. So I can give you $250,000 first of all, and second, I would love to work with you in the further, but you have to promise that you are gonna give us uh, the specified product to us for our customers, and that's all. Yeah, we just assure the quality for the product. That's what I expect from you.
Okay. No, those are very quality interests, and just as vital materials, we still want to work with y'all, even though y'all are one of our lower supplier, or who do we supply to, but we still want to work with y'all, and I think we can figure something out to kind of mediate this in this process. And our interests are just kind of, just like I said, we were just a little bit upset about how you wouldn't you weren't able to pay us, but I think we could figure out a way to possibly implement a plan to pay us back and also increase our business within your company. We think that we know that y'all are outsourcing your wheat flour to Canada, and we would love to be a part of possibly providing that wheat flour. Especially, we have a plant that it currently is closed down in Chicago, but if we could possibly open up that plant in Chicago, then we could streamline our wheat flour straight from the Chicago plant to y'all's Chicago location as well. I think that's some of our interests, but I just really want to know like what some of your options and what are you thinking about wanting to do in that type of space.
So so are you talking about the money, or are you talking about the options?
No, not money, just kind of like what are your options with your suppliers and that type of thing.
Actually, I want to continue with you because of your product, because I'm having my business in the outside of the US, like Spain and UK. So I need more like meat flour or wheat flour more than I expect. So I don't know what's the estimate now, but maybe I can get more orders in different suppliers. So I want you to give me that amount in my recommended specification. Just what I give the specification, you have to meet those quality. And I have option like you have to give me small delivery twice a day. It will help me for my floor utilization. And I want you to give me like I can just contact you. Just did something wrong last time, so I'm just fed up with that quality of the product. So I just want to give you like six months just to try. It will be like short term contract. It will not be long, I know, but if you're going to be like successful in the future, and if you're going to satisfy our customers, then I promise after 6 months we are gonna have long time contract.
Okay. So no, I really appreciate you expressing like your options and your type of thing. I would love to know kind of if you don't mind sharing the type of contracts that you do have with your suppliers, so I could base possibly what kind of contract we could work up into tonight, trying to figure out what we should work around. But I'd love to know like what are your suppliers offering you at this point.
At this point, I worked with uh, Dion and Carrie. So they supplied us like wheat flour. They are offering us to supply meat flour, but at the same time we are thinking about you. So we just don't have experience about the meat flour of that company. So that but I'm giving them opportunity to see how that they make my product with quality and quantity purpose. So I just made contract with them, and yeah. So, what do you say?
No, and I love that y'all have multiple suppliers, but I think that with our relationship right now, especially, I know we're on high tides right now just between everything that's gone on, and I first off want to apologize for everything that's happened between our dispute and everything that's gone on, and I just want to apologize for all the mishaps. And I definitely think that the 250,000 we can figure out a way to reincorporate that into a possible package in the future. But now that we are your main supplier of meat flour, we would love to become your wheat flour supplier as well, and kind of enter that into an option. And I know that you are working with Dion and Carrie as y'all's wheat flour production supplier, and we'd love to possibly kind of take that over in the future. I know that if we did possibly increase meat flour and wheat flour production within Nutrina, that we could open up our production plant in Chicago, as I mentioned earlier, and that would be probably about a 4 to 5 month process. So that would be a possibility that you could stay as a minor supplier with Dion and Carey, and then once our plant is up and running, that we have a contract to start switching your wheat flour production over to our company. And
Mhm.
then we also have an option of two that if we were, I know quality is a big importance to y'all, and if we did possibly increase your meat flour production and increase your wheat flour production, that we could bring down your quality as well. Meaning, right now, for y'all's requested rate, you're asking for fat content 20% with a 3% variation, and the water content of 10% with a 2%
No
variation.
more than greater than 10%. Yeah, the
Yeah.
water.
So those are the two rates, and if we did increase once we start talking about deals and stuff towards the end, we definitely would make it a standard to have your deviation or your variation go down, so that way that the relationship between us can be mended, and that way we don't have these problems in the future. And
Mhm.
so another way to do that was possibly another option is when our suppliers deliver the goods to you, that when you take your measurements of our quality, we also have our measurements, and we do that on site. And that way, if there is any confusion, it goes straight back to us and our management, and so that we don't have these problems in the future. And like, I know you did mention that you wanted more deliveries, and we are definitely up to the option of delivering twice a day if that's a possibility for you, especially once if we do open that Chicago plant in the future. We could definitely deliver as many times as you need, but two is plenty in a day, especially the amount of the tons that we are delivering in a day. And so I think that is a great option that we could run into. So I just would like, is that sounds something like you would be interested in? I know that you're all about the quality of the product, and I would love to know if that rate's going to stay the same if we did increase, or if y'all would still be interested in us improving our quality in the future.
Improving the quality of in the future. Yeah, that's what matters to me.
Okay, and that's what we want, and but that is what we want, but we still need to talk just a little bit about the 250,000. That is a big investment on our end, and we agree that's a big investment on y'all's end. And that's why we're willing to give y'all more business in the future, is to make up for that 250,000 that we lost in the beginning, and to improve our quality to make up for that. And I think that's something that we can talk about, is that we could incorporate into a possible payment plan. I know that 250,000 is a large sum of money.
So what is that?
I'm saying, instead of, there's no way, I don't think that there is a way. We'll
Okay.
figure out a way. But I'm saying I don't think we can get around the fact that the 250,000 does need to be paid. You did receive products from us, and we know that that's an investment that y'all lost $200,000, but we're willing to make that up on the back end by increasing our production for you, and increasing deliveries, and increasing our quality to make up for that $200,000 that you did lose. And if it's a thing that you cannot pay the 250,000 up front, we could possibly implement a payment plan to pay it off over time, and depending on the quality of our product. So if we say that over the next 6 months we're going to increase production and our quality, but with, let's say, 6 months, or we'll say 5 months, so that's $50,000 a month, because that you're paying back that much that you did not pay in the beginning. So let's say next month quality is improved, increased production is improved, and the $50,000 is paid. Well, you're happy with that. So the next month you will pay that $50,000. You'll keep paying your payment because the quality's well. And I think we can't get around, like I said, we can't get around the fact that we lost $250,000 and you lost $200,000 because of our mistake. But I think that still needs to be paid, because on our end, we lost just about the same amount of money, and then we lost $250,000 to y'all because of that payment, because of all the production that we had to do. So I think it would not be in our best interest if we did lose that $250,000, but I think we could work out a way to incorporate it into future quality products, if you understand what I'm saying.
So you are saying that we have to pay $250,000, and per month it will be just installment by 5 months, right?
That's just an option. That's just an example. I'm not saying it's going to have to be over 5 months. I'm not saying it's ever have to be every year. I'm just saying that we do need that $250,000. Like, y'all did lose 200,000, but we did lose $200,000. We lost somewhere in the ballpark around that just in production. And if we're losing another 250 for delivering products that were only over a 0.2 variation, I think that would be a big loss for our company. And then it would possibly lower our quality in the future because of that money that we could use to improve the quality of our products for the future, if that makes sense.
I know what you are saying, but it's really tough for me to give you $250,000 now. So not by installment too. So actually, I don't agree with that option. So what are the option you have?
I think we could possibly look at some different options. I know you do not want to pay the bill in the first place, but it's really hard for us not to be able to accept that. And if it looks bad on us, if we let y'all go away with $250,000, then our other supplier, one second, let me refer to a number. You purchased 9,000 tons of meat flour last year. We have Pink Panther Food, who's bought 33,000 tons from. So y'all are our smallest supplier company that we supply to. And if we set a precedent that we're going to just allow the quality of our products to lose money to these companies, then Pink Panther is going to come to us and say, well, we have 9,000 that we didn't get. I don't want to pay my 250. So if we don't get that 250 from y'all, then we are definitely going to be in a hole of possibly losing future business from customers outside of y'all, and that we would lose our reputation. And I know that's a reputation thing for y'all, especially losing that much money to us is having to pay us that. But like I said, by keeping the business going with us, we could possibly streamline using the Chicago plant. We would increase your meat production. We could add wheat production so that everything that is produced is in the United States, not in Canada or overseas. And we could also increase deliveries to twice a day. And so by doing all that, all we would need to do to get that started is the $250,000 payment, because that if we do not get that payment back, we will be losing that money to y'all, which is about that would be about 27 between all companies. If we were to lose the deal to y'all, and that would happen at every other company, we would be at a much greater expense than if we just got the $250,000 back from y'all. And if we did, we would offer so much more just by all the production that we have. And to be honest, all the production that we're willing to give is well worth over $250,000. And it was a one-time thing, and we get that, and we apologized for it, and I really do apologize for the mistake that we had. But we're going to put in place quality control aspects with our company and y'all's company to make sure that is in place. And we just really think that the 250,000 needs to be paid back, just for our sake and for your sake, because we really think by y'all insourcing everything from the United States would be a much better outlet for y'all at especially less expense, especially if you were to give just the 250,000 back. We could be able to do so much more for y'all and make y'all one of our main suppliers, and that would be a great benefit to y'all. So that's one of our biggest things is, even if that doesn't happen, we really have to get paid back that $250,000 to continue business with y'all.
Okay, so actually my opinion is to I can give you $250,000 now, but I know you don't need 250,000 for your production. That yeah, you are the biggest company that you can make product for anyone, but I need to spend for other company that I just signed up last week. So it's from Mexico company. So I have to actually think about it. So I can give you like 100,000 so far. So that's my last option. Because I lost $200,000, and I know you can make product by for other companies too. But if we it's not about trade. It's about if we just tell our like our disagreement or our if we don't agree with that, and I had so far a bad impression by you. So if we just go to weekly magazine and tell them that you didn't meet our quality, so that will be so bad for you and me too. So I want you to give me like some time, but I can give you $100,000 so far.
Okay, so what if we did possibly something along the lines of, if you were to pay me the $100,000 that you mentioned you can pay me, so
Yeah.
that's up front. We'll just wipe that out. That's 100. There's $150,000 back. So over a 15-month pay, well, could we have a possible 15-month period of you paying $10,000, the extra 10,000 based on our quality? So let's say that we start importing, or like we start insourcing your wheat flour also. So you would start paying us for wheat flour because of we're insourcing it to you instead of you having to go to Mexico and of all of these other places. But on top of that, we're giving you the wheat flour, but along with the deal, you would agree to pay $10,000 a month for 15 months just to pay us back that $150,000 we're missing. That's not a huge investment. And once we get you back on your feet with our wheat production and our meat production, then you'll be making a lot more just based off the streamlining process. And so 10,000 out of pocket is nothing. That would just be on top of how much you're having to pay for our flour. And so I think that we could possibly do a payment plan in that action, or on top of that, I could figure out the numbers to increase the price of our wheat, into the fact that maybe you're paying the regular price is $380, but instead you pay $400 until you pay back that $150,000. Is that an option that you'd be willing to work with?
Mm-hmm.
You would be willing to do that. So let me look at the.
I didn't say yes, but let me hear about that amount.
Okay, one second. Let me find the price here. All right. So the market price, so you've budgeted around, let's say, $130,000 for wheat flour in general. So we think because we need to recoup the rest of the $150,000, we're willing to supply you the wheat flour from our Chicago factory once it's up and running in 4 and 5 months directly to your Chicago factory. And instead of having to pay the 130, we offered it 145 until the 150 is paid back. And once the 150 is paid back, then it'll drop back down to 130. And that is a really good deal in my opinion, just because instead of having to pay $10,000 a month, which is a large sum of money, we could pay it by ton. So you're paying $130 right now per ton of wheat flour. So if you pay 145 a ton of wheat flour, we're able to make back that investment, but you also are able to see our quality improve, because if we're able to keep that high quality wheat flour to y'all, then you will be able to keep paying that extra amount until we reach that deadline of where our 150,000 is recouped. And once that 150,000 is recouped, your price drops down to 130,000 a ton. And that also gives you the flexibility of seeing if our quality improves. And if it doesn't, then okay, you're done with us. You can go back to Dion and Korey. And so that's one option we have. You said you could pay me 130 or 100,000 up front just to pay back that. And then we'll start supplying your wheat flour at $145 per ton. And until that extra $15 turns into the $150,000 over time. So it's like a royalty. And once that royalty is over, your price per ton drops back down to $130. And that way, that gives y'all the flexibility of seeing us improve. Because as of now, if you were to pay me $250,000, you're not expecting us to improve. You're just kind of, oh, I'm paying $250,000 for bad quality. But if we were to offer a higher price ton just to get our money back, we're also going to increase our variation by 2%. So if you were able to see our quality improve and then keep paying that extra amount of ton until we reach the $150,000, then we'll drop it back down. Is that something you would be interested in?
Actually, I just want to continue for 6 months only for now. So I can give you $100,000 now, but let's see if we gonna have like if I see like my quality for my customers' product is good, then I can continue with you for a long time. Until then, I cannot say that I can pay you that amount. If it is going to be fine after 6 months, then maybe I can give you like for 15 months 10,000, something like that.
Okay, so you would be willing if you work. So for the first 6 months, let's say.
So for first 6 months there will be no installment. Now I'm going to pay you like $100,000, and if your product meets my customers satisfaction, then I can think about it and I can see the result after 6 months. Then I can continue with you the business, and after 6 months I will pay you the rest of the money, like by installment for 15 months. So that's up to the that deal actually depends on the 6 months contract.
Okay, so we're saying upfront you're going to pay the $100,000 and then use our business for 6 months.
Yes.
On that top of that, are you still interested in us supplying your wheat flour on top of that? 6 months,
Actually,
or would you like to see our meat flour improve before you go through flour as well?
I just want to stay with meat flour just only because you did meat flour with me again like last time. So I just want you to take the meat flour part, and I will continue with flour with other company.
So would you be willing to, in 6 months, when we come back to check our quality and talk about installments, would you be willing to and negotiate a possible wheat flour production as well?
Yes, after 6 months.
Okay, because your contract ends with the other company in 6 months, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's a great way that we can go about it is you pay the $100,000 up front. We show you in the next 6 months that we can improve our quality and our relationship with you. And
Yes.
then at that end of the 6 months, we're going to meet again to talk about starting wheat flour production for you guys in Chicago. That'll give us 4 to 5 months to start our plant opening.
Mhm.
And then at that 6 months, we will start talking about an installment plan to pay the rest of the $150,000 based on how our quality was the past 6 months.
Yes.
Okay. Let me write that down. No, I really appreciate you being able to work with me. I know it's a big financial burden on you guys as well as at us, and we really want to be able to up your production in the future. And that's why these next 6 months will be great for us to just show what quality of work we can do. And then we can talk about in the next 6 months, talking about increasing our meat flour so that y'all become one of our primary companies.
Actually, I just want to let you know that we will talk about the quality of your product. Second one is the wheat flour. We will measure the consistency and everything. So it will be just after 6 months. So we are not sure about what we going to do with you, but we are for sure that in contract for 6 months for just meat flour.
Okay, but you're saying you are open after the 6 months of negotiating higher amounts and then starting the market with us in wheat flour.
Yes, I just did contract with uh, other company for wheat flour. So
Okay, so we will. I think that's a great way we can go about it. I'm gonna just read back the contract or read back the final product so that we know what we're going with and working with over the next 6 months. So at this point, you're willing to pay the $100,000 up front. You're going to continue, signed a wheat flour contract with the Mexico supplier. So we're going to wait 6 months and improve our quality for you guys to show you what we can do. And then in 6 months, we're going to talk about all the measurements and quality that we've done. We're going to talk about possibly increasing production and then starting a wheat flour production for you guys once our plant in Chicago is up and running.
mhm.
All right.
Yes,
Perfect. Well, it was nice meeting you, and I really appreciate everything that we were able to get to tonight. Thank you.
thank you.